What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Hermansson versus Strickland. Prediction breakdown, guys. I haven't forgotten you guys. Also, enough respect to all of the donations to PayPal, the subscription to my channel, Patreon. Enough respect for that, guys. I appreciate it. We're going to jump straight into this, guys, and knock this out. Not going to spend too long on this card. We got 13 fights. Going to keep this short and sweet, but to the point. Trying to see if we can hit all 13. All right, let's do it. Let's see what's up, man. Let's see what's up. First fight here, guys. We got Malcolm Gordon versus Dennis Bondar. Malcolm Gordon here. Gordon looks mostly for the submissions. Been knocked out around 4 times. His striking is kind of suspect. Like I said, guys, I'm not here to disrespect any of the fighters. And what I'm saying is, I'm just here to break them down, and what I can see from them, their movements, I may explain it. But I'm not here to talk about the guys. I just want to put that out there because a lot of people watch the channel, and sometimes, if the fighters see it, they may get upset. But I'm not here to disrespect you guys. I'm just speaking just my opinion. All right. Like what I see from him, he kind of runs with his head down, and he kind of swings kind of well. And when he punches, he kind of moving his foot at the same time, so it's kind of off balance, right? Which basically leave him open. I'm saying, leave his head open. But he will look for the takedown though, and like I said, he's kind of hittable, right? But he will look for the takedown, and he will also look for submissions and also the knockout. Okay, but he got a holes in his game though, from what I see. Okay, his opponent here, we got Bodar here. Bodar is from what I see, he's a skilled guy, man. He's more well-rounded than Gordon. More accurate with the strikes. This is going to be his debut in the UFC, actually. He would also look for the submissions also and the knockout. But he looks more put together, in a more well-rounded kind of sense. Like, he mixes up the striking a little better with the ground, and he's more technical in my opinion, right? His strong point is basically everything. His ground and his submissions, his striking. This guy has no decisions. So all his fights are basically finishes. And his scrambles are pretty good on the ground too. So I'm going to go with Bodar here. And I'm going to say Bodar by KO TKO in the first round. But it could also be a submission too. But I'm going to say KO TKO in the first round. And I'm not confident in this one because he's making his debut. And just, the guy looks good, from what I see from the footages. But, sometimes when guys make a debut, you just don't know. He may look good outside the organization, and when he gets into it, he just doesn't look too good. So, and Gordon already have a couple of fights already, even though he lost his fights. I think he won his last fight though against Francisco Figueroa. He lost to Sue and Amor. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Butter here, guys. I'm gonna say Butter by KO TKO in the first round. All right, not confident. Next fight here, guys. We have Jason Witt versus Phillip Roy. Jason Witt here, pretty much a grinder, and this guy's gonna stick on you like glue, like he did in his last fight against Bryan Barriault. He avoid the striking and just wrestle, and pretty durable guy, even though he's been knocked out, but he's durable still, from what I can see. Barriault landed some shots on him, and he took it and keep on grinding. One of James Crouch's students here, and James Crouch's coaching is pretty good. Usually when he's at the fights and he's coaching the guys usually pull the fight off. His wrestling is a strength, and his striking has been looking a little bit better. He's using a little bit more movement and picking his shots and going for the takedowns. He's basically using his striking to set up the takedowns, right? He can get hurt on the foot though, like I said. So if the guy can avoid the takedowns and keep the fight in the range that they want to keep it, Witt may be in problems. All right. His opponent here, Phillip Roy, Fresh Prince. Phillip Roy is gonna have a 10-inch of reach, dude. He has an 80-inch reach. He has a 10-inch of reach. That's freaking massive. So he should win the fight, right? And a 4-inch of height. Roy has potential, when he's on. And he's a well-rounded guy, has a grown game too, but he tends to start kind of slow. And he will slow down, man. he has no decisions either. He usually finishes fights either by knockout or by submission. It's a tough one to pick here, guys. I mean, Rory has potential, man, but I mean, if you look at his record, man, he hasn't really fought nobody, but he has potential though. But I feel like he could drop the ball depending on the guy that is fighting. So I mean, I'm gonna go with Witt here, guys. I'm not confident in this one. So like I said, Rory supposed to win. They're supposed to win because he has a mad reach, 10-inch reach. So if he can keep the fight in the range that he wants to keep it, you know, then he could win. But sometimes when I watch his fights, you know, he tends to fight in the range of the other guy, and then the guy can close the distance on him and take him down. And then there's sometimes when he just start unloading the guy and then he knocks the guy out. It just all depends, you know. It's just, you see different versions of him. I just don't know which version is going to come. So I'm going to go with Jason Witt here. I'm going to say Jason Witt by decision, guys. But I'm not confident because of Rory height and reach, man. If he uses his reach, man, he will win the fight and avoid takedowns. He will win the fight. But Rory can get taken down, though. So Witt by decision, guys. Next fight here, we have Danilo Marcos versus Jailton Almeida. Danilo here is going to have the 3-inch of height, BJJ black belt. He would look for the submission, slightly the slower fighter here, and he's kind of hittable. Like I said, he would look for takedowns here, but he will also gas out. So you can see him gassing out in the second round. Right, his opponent here came off the Contender Series. Almeida won his last fight against one of, I believe, Khabib student or something like that. But he had the Dagestani, you know, the Russian kind of wrestling, and then, I mean, this Almeida guy beat him, actually submitted him, man. So you know that's not good. But Almeida here is going to have a 2-inch reach, also a BJJ black belt. So both of these guys are BJJ black belts. So this fight could be a fight on the ground, man. And, you know, who can put up the submission in shadow. That's probably maybe what's going to happen here. Because both guys striking, to me, Almeida striking is, I mean, he throws his hands, but it's still not tight enough. You know, there's still holes there. But he's very athletic, though. He's quick. His double legs is friggin' quick. The way how he shoots, man, it's like a bullet. It's like you don't even see him. You know what I'm saying? He's like invisible in there, man. So he's going to be the athletic guy here. He's going to be the physical, stronger guy, too, from what I've seen. But his striking can look kind of suspect, but he has a powerful double leg here. A very explosive guy. Coming off the Contender Series here, man. This is the next tough one here, man. I was leaning towards Marcus here, because Marcus could win, man, but he tends to gas out. And if you look at Almeida looked like he could gas out too. But looking at Almeida, man, Almeida is just freaking explosive, and he has power in him, man. And if you look at Marcus, he tends to fade out real quick. Especially when you start landing punches on him and going for takedowns or push him against the cage, you can wear him down. So I'm gonna go with Almeida here, man, and I'm gonna say Almeida by submission in the first round. But you know, anything is possible. I don't think Marcus has ever been submitted, but again, anything is possible. I feel this is gonna come down to the ground game, and both guys are BJJ black belts. So whoever has the best ground game here is gonna win the fight, in my opinion. Stand-up wise, man, it's just not gonna happen. It's gonna be more of a ground fight, man. So I like Almeida, man. I feel like he's scrambling, he's quick, he's just reflexes, athleticism should win in the fight. So I'm gonna go with Almeida here by submission, first round. Not confident. Next fight here we have Alexis Davis versus Julia Starenko. Okay, I hope you pronounced that right. Alexis Davis here is a veteran, man. We know Alexis Davis from way back. Been in UFC for a long time, right? Fought Ronda Rousey too. Veteran BJJ black belt, Muay Thai. Her stand-up has gotten a little better. She's moving her legs a little bit more and slightly moving the head, man, but not as much as she should be moving the head. I mean, she's still taking shots to the face, man. I mean, you know, her head is there to get hit. Like, she just walks right into punches, man. Yeah, that's basically it. But, I mean, she's game, though, and she's durable, man. She will keep on freaking coming, man. But she takes a lot of hits, though. You know, so, hey. This is a tough one to pick, too, guys. Her opponent here, Starenko. Starenko She's pretty aggressive chick. Similar kind of vibe. Her head don't really move that much, but her striking is a little better than Davis' striking. She would take the fight to the ground to look for submissions too. She's a tough chick, man, and she will push forward, you know, and pretty similar to how Davis fights. You know, she just come forward and throw. She will look for submissions. I feel like she's the quicker fighter here, though. This is a tough one to pick here, guys. I do feel that Starenko could win this fight, you know, but she hasn't really fought anybody, though. That's the whole thing. And she's tough and she's durable, but she ain't fighting nobody, so it's difficult. She lost to Yano, she lost to Alvey. I mean, Alexis Davis is very, very freaking experienced, man. And this girl is like 9-5, and she ain't fighting nobody. So, but there's a chance that she could win, though, man. I know Davis is a favorite, so this Starenko girl is underdog, but there could be a chance that Starenko could pull off a winner because she's pretty quick and her striking. I mean, compared to Davis, I feel her striking is better. You know what I'm saying? And she will come forward and just throw. And she's a very tough chick. It's hard to put her out. I don't think she ever been knocked out before a loss. She lost by decision, I should say, but she's never been finished. So when you have a chick like that that's gonna keep coming forward and throw, and Davis is there throwing, and they're both throwing like a phone booth style. And okay, my bad, guys. I take that back. She's been knocked out twice and submitted once. Yeah, so yeah, she can get finished there. Yeah, and Davis been finished 3 times in one. I think she got finished her last fight. I believe so. I think I could be wrong. No, oh yeah, by submission. Right, that's right. So yeah. I take that back. She still have a chance though, but I'm gonna go with Davis, guys. But I'm not confident, and the Starenko girl still has a chance because they're both going forward. And Starenko has a speed advantage, and her striking is a little better than Davis. But Davis has the ground game, and Davis has a toughness, and Starenko has a toughness. So you could go either way, in my opinion. So be careful with this one. But I'm going to go with Davis by a decision. And this is a fight where, if you're going to parlay or whatever you're doing, I wouldn't put it in too much parlays, to be honest with you. So be careful with this one. But Davis for a decision. Next fight here, guys. We have Marc Barriault versus Chidi and Njokuani. Yeah, I think I may have got that right. I'm just gonna say Chidi though. All right, so Marc here, man. Marc's a durable guy. This fight is gonna be more of a stand-up fight because this guy doesn't really like to take the fights to the ground. He can though, but he wants to stand up. He's kind of well-rounded here. Like I said, he will look for takedowns, but mostly he wants to stand up. Straightforward pressure on you, man. This guy is straightforward on you. Just back up against the cage and throw. His striking is not bad, but he can get hit though. His opponent here, Chidi, he made it to the UFC. He was in Bellator, if you guys remember him, and other organizations also, LFA and so forth. Chidi's gonna have the 7-inch reach, man, which is freaking massive, and his striking is pretty good, man. This guy can see the punches, he can see the kicks come in. You know, when he does have that striking, when you can see everything, your timing, your range. You know, the setup from the outside, he can use that pretty good, man. His takedown defense has been getting better, but he can get taken down, but his takedown defense has been getting better. He's going to have a 2-inch of height also, but this fight is going to be more of a stand-up fight. And if that's the case, if it's just a stand-up fight, I'm going to go with Chidi, guys. So I'm impressed with Chidi's stand-up. He's pretty much accurate. Whatever he throws, speed, timing, precision, the guy's pretty good. So I'm going to go with Chidi here, and I'm going to say Chidi by decision, but don't sleep on Marc because, like I said, he's a grinder. We keep pushing forward in the sense of pressure, but then if it's stand-up and you're pressuring like that, then Chidi has a 7-inch reach and he knows how to use it, man, he's going to pepper you up and set up from the outside, from off the jab. That's basically it. His timing, he's going to see everything that's coming, or supposed to can, from what I see from all his footage, and I see him from a long time watching him. So he should be able to win the fight. So I'm going to go with Chidi by decision, guys. Alright. Next fight here, we have Hakeem Dawodu versus Mike Trizano. Hakeem here. Both guys are yeah, this is gonna be a good fight, man. Both of these guys are gonna come forward, man, and they're gonna start throwing. Um, Hakeem, Pat Powell, and he wants to be in the pocket and he's gonna pressure you, pressure. But the thing about Hakeem, I feel like, I mean, against Everlov, Everlov is a tough wrestler, and that's not a bad loss, you know, as an undefeated guy too. But I feel like with his ground game, he may need to work on his ground game a little bit more. I feel like that's his weakness, and he can get taken down. And when he gets taken down, he's just there for the whole round. You know what I mean? So that's like a weakness there. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if he worked on that. That fight was 2021 in June. So I mean, how much more work can he has done? You know, can he have been getting better on the ground? Maybe. But his opponent here, Mike. I feel Mike's a little bit more well-rounded, even though he can get taken down, but he can see him scramble up though. He used the cage to get back up. He cage, walk up, and he would get up back to his foot. He would scramble. His scrambles are better, and he can also get the takedowns on you. So he can do something similar to what Everlov did. Not at the level of the takedowns, but he can mix it up. And he's gonna have the 3-inch of height here, and his striking is not bad. I feel Hakeem is more raw power. But I feel with Mike here, he's a little bit more elusive with it, a little more loose with the strikes. I feel with Hakeem, he can get a little stiff at time. I'm going to go with Mike Trizano here, guys. I feel Mike is a little more well-rounded here, and he make it mixed up a little better. I'm going to go with Mike by decision, but I'm not confident because it's going to be a phone booth. But again, if there's takedown, he mix it up, and this and this and this and this, it could be a split decision for Mike. So, or a split for Hakeem. So be very careful with this one. Both guys can take it, guys. But I'm going with Mike Trizano by decision. Next fighter, we got Mike Jones versus John Castañeda. Both of these guys are actually pretty similar, the way they fight. Wrestling base, heavy-handed. Both guys push forward. We look for takedowns. Differences here, I feel John's maybe a little quicker here. Look at Castañeda. Watch his fight here against Eddie Wineman. I mean, there's a good knockout there he had. And he's an experienced guy too, you know, fought a lot of the combative fights here. Actually a little more experienced than actually Jones is, to be honest with you. He fought in the Contender Series also, 217. Man, so he just made it to the UFC now. Wow. Yeah, he's a guy's experienced guy, man. But these guys are pretty much similar. Even the height and reach too. 69, 56, yeah. Man. I'm gonna push towards John's here. The boat name, actually, hold on there. The boat name is John, too. Or his last name is Johns and his first name is John. I'll push towards Miles Johns. I should probably say that. Yeah, I'll push towards Miles John here. Yeah, I feel like he's going to be the quicker guy. He's going to use more, implement more. He's going to implement more his wrestling. I feel with Castañeda, Castañeda is more, I think he's more BJJ. I could be wrong. But I'm going to go with Miles John though for the win. I'm going to say Miles John by decision, guys. But I'm not confident. Yeah, so. Both guys are pretty similar. Throw leg kicks, you know, set up from the outside with the jab and go for takedowns. Pretty much similar, guys. Next fight here, we got Julian Erosa versus Steven Peterson. Julian Erosa here, very experienced guy. He's going to have the 4-inch of reach and the 3-inch of height, which is massive. Very well-rounded guy, but can get knocked out though. That's the thing, be knocked out like 5 times, but he will submit you and he will also knock you out, right? His opponent here, Peterson. Peterson is like a straightforward guy, zombie man. Run into shots, but he will keep coming, and he's durable. Pressure, forward, and he's durable. His ground game is not bad either, man. I mean, it's hard to submit him. He's never been submitted. I don't think he's ever been finished. I don't think. I could be wrong about that. I know that he's never been submitted. I'm not sure about the knockout part though. Let's see here. I'm not sure about the knockout part. I know it's a durable dude though, but. Yeah, been knocked out one time, but never submitted. It's a fight where, with Erosa, man, I mean, he has a couple good wins, you know, Charles Jordan, you know, couple couple of newer guys trying to come up. He's like stop them, you know, like Sean Woodson, the Nate Lardware. You know what I'm saying? Didn't do too good against Wu Choi because Wu Choi is quick, speed. You know what I'm saying, and he can strike. But Peterson, he would throw his hands, but he's not the quicker guy here. And I feel Erosa's a little more well-rounded, even though Peterson has the ground game, but I feel Erosa striking is better and the movement. But again, when Peterson connect to his jaw, you just never know, man. Like I said, Erosa, he can get knocked out. So this is a fight where I'm not freaking confident at all, man. This is a tough card, guys, to be honest with you. A lot of the fights are kind of up and down. I'm going to go with Erosa by decision, man, but I'm not confident because if Peterson land a heavy hand in his jaw, it could be a knockout. I'm just being honest, and anything can happen. Your jaw are meant to get hit, but Erosa by decision, though. All right, not confident. We got Bryan battle versus Tresean Gore. This is from the Ultimate Fighter, which these guys supposed to fight for there finally, but I believe Gore got injured or something like that. Right? Bryan battle here. You will look for the submissions. Striking, is okay. He throw the punches, throw the kicks, but his maintenance is grown. He would definitely submit you, right? And he would keep the pressure on you, and he's durable. You know what I'm saying? His opponent here, Gore. Gore. What do I have here? Gore. Okay, I'm reading from my notes here, guys. Gore was supposed to fight, and then finally, like I said, tough, but he got injured, and he's gonna fight right now, right? But he's heavy-handed, and he packed power, and he also looked for submissions, and he's a pretty skilled dude. From what I've seen, but man, I just feel like Battle is gonna win this. I feel like Battle stamina, endurance, his well-roundedness is just a little bit better than Gore's, in my opinion. I feel Gore will gas out, even though he packed power and he just take one shot. But what happens if he can't get that one shot? And also go back to experience too. I just feel that Batter's a little more experience, even just by the record, man. Actually, by the record. Even though, guys, the record is not as great, but because amateur, Cody Bradage, Impo, I feel like he's a little bit more of he's a little more composed, he could compose himself a little better. I'm saying? If you get into like sticky situations into later rounds, he can carry the fight a little better than Gore can, in my opinion. Gore may come out there and swing fast and try to knock him out, but what happens if you can't knock him out? And then Battle just come back and take him down. I may even submit him. Or get a split decision. I'm going to go with Battle for the win here, guys. And I'm going to say Battle by decision, but I'm not confident because Gore, the guy has potential, man, just like Battle. But I'm going to go with Battle for the win. I'm going to say Battle by decision. Sam Alvey versus Brandon Allen. Oh, man, Sam Alvey is still fighting? How the hell is he still fighting, man? How UFC keep him still, dude? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses in a row. His last win was against Gain Valente. And Gain Valente is retired by a split decision in 2018. Oh, man. Sam Alvey, is a good guy. What I'm saying? Always smiling. It's a good thing. It's good to keep smiling. The world need more smiles, man. More smiles, more hugs, more love, right? So, like I said, I'm not here to disrespect any of the guys. I'm just reading from stats and guys' performance. That's all I can really do when it comes to breaking down the fight. So, I'm not here to disrespect anybody. It's all love at the end of the day. But I don't know, man. Sam Alvey hasn't won since 2018, and against Gain Valente with split decision, and Brandon Allen should win this fight. And if he doesn't win the fight, if he loses this fight, man, it's not good for him, in my opinion. He lost to Chris Curtis because he's playing boxing and he's not a boxer. And Chris Curtis wants you to hit him so he can counter. He wants you to Chris draws you in so you can throw a punch so that he can throw one while you're throwing it, knowing that when he hits you, you're gonna go down. Because that's his game. The guy's a boxer. The guy knows how to box. Allen is more of a ground practitioner, and he can strike, but is not the level of Curtis. So. And Sam Alvey has heavy hands, but man, I'm gonna go with Allen for the win here, guys. But if it's just one of these things where I'm just not confident too, because you just don't know if Allen stand up there and start to strike, and Alvey just happens to hit him with something, and Allen goes down. Just never know, man. I mean, that seems to be the case with Brandon Allen. He did it with Chris Curtis. He did it with Sean Strickland. You know what I mean? But those guys are still alive. Those guys are still active and winning. Sam Alvey is not really winning. So, but I'm gonna go with Brandon Allen. I'm gonna say Brandon Allen by decision, because Sam Alvey is a tough dude and he will hang in there. Yeah. So Allen by decision, guys. Not confident. This is a good fight here. Shavkat Rakhmanov versus Carlson Harris. This is a good fight, man. This is a very good fight. This could have been the co-main event instead, but you know what I'm saying? Even a main card. This Rakhmanov guy is pretty freaking good. And also Harris is a freaking good fighter. Both these guys are top level guys, man. Rakhmanov is well-rounded, skilled fighter. His fights, he's undefeated, and he's a 14-7-7, 7 by KO, TKOs, and 7 by sub. So there's no decision for this guy, and he's skilled. Striking is skilled, his ground is skilled. I don't really see no holes in him at all, man. I was trying to find something, but I just couldn't find anything. The guy's fucking skilled, man. And Harris is a skilled fighter too. This is a tough one to pick, guys. Harris is pretty much he has KO TKOs and he has submissions too. Probably just as much as Rakhmanov, but Harris, in my opinion, is more experienced. But Rakhmanov is experienced too, and he has fought tough competition also. The only thing I can go off of here is Rakhmanov is a little bit more on the striking. He's a little bit more on the quicker side. And the way how he throws his techniques is a little more sharper than Harris. But Harris' ground game is also sharp too. He will look to take you down and submit you. I feel the Harris' ground game is a little better though. Not as a sense of not better than Rakhmanov, but it's better for Harris. Like that's just more of a stronger point. I feel his striking, there's holes in there. You can catch him with something. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Rakhmanov could catch him. Because to take down Rakhmanov's ground game, his defense is pretty good. I mean, for what I've seen. I mean, Harris may have a hard time taking him down, but you never know, man, because both of these guys are high-level fighters. So it's a tough one to pick. But I'm going to go with Rakhmanov for the win here, man. I'm going to say Rakhmanov by KO TKO in the second round. Like I said, Harris could get caught, man, and hurt. But I'm not confident, though, man, because Harris couldn't win, too, man. So I'm not sleeping on him, man. But I'm going to say Rakhmanov by KO TKO in the second round, guys. All right? Yeah, Rakhmanov by second round, KO TKO. Co-main event here, guys. We have Punahele Soriano versus Nick Maximov. Soriano here is pretty well-rounded guy, man. He has potential. Lost to Brandon Allen, but this is one of those things where Brandon Allen is an experienced guy, man. The guy is very experienced. If you look at Soriano, he's just coming up. You know what I'm saying? He's just coming up, man. I mean, he's still learning, still putting it together. He has a wrestling base in him, and he's heavy-handed. So he should come back stronger in this fight. But like I said, fighting Brandon Allen, that's a big step up for him. You know what I'm saying? Even though a lot of people had, they had Soriano winning it, but I think including myself too. But again, you know what I'm saying? Brandon Allen is an experienced guy, man. You can tell by the record, 16-4, man. The guy has a lot of different organizations, more experience, is more seasoned fighter. The opponent here, Maximov, though. Maximov is known for his ground game, man, for his grappling there. Nick and Nate student here. From what I see from his striking, though, man, his striking still needs work. He's got the 4-inch of reach, but it doesn't make a difference because his striking is not a strong point. His grappling is a strong point. I'm liking Soriano here, guys. From what I see from him, from Cody, even the Contender Series. I mean, if Soriano connects to him flush, I can see him getting knocked out, in my opinion. I have Soriano by KO TKO, guys, in the first round. Yeah, all right. Soriano by first round knockout. I feel Soriano's going to come back way better here. He's going to take what he learned from Allen and then build himself up and come back as a better fighter here. Look at Maximov. Maximov just keep doing the same thing. He's coming here to grapple you and wrestle you, and you look at Soriano, he has takedown defense is not bad. He can stop takedowns, and he has wrestling too. So, yeah. Main fight on the card here, guys. We have Jack Hermansson versus Sean Strickland. Both guys they're slightly similar. We look for the submission, look for the KO. Jack Hermansson is a little bit slower throughout the movement, and he's a little bit more, if you want to say, chinny, like he can get hurt in the foot and get knocked out. Sean Strickland, I believe, can get submitted. I believe he's only been submitted one time. But he's durable in the foot, though, and his jab and his combinations, he just flows with it. So, striking-wise, I mean, Jack Hermansson can strike, too. But Sean Strickland is a little more looser with it, like I said. And pop the jab and set up from off the jab. Okay, my bad. He's been knocked out, too. So, but Jack Hermansson has been knocked out a little bit more, though. I think like 2 times or 3 times. I think it's 2 times. Yeah, 2 and then be submitted twice. I feel, though, that Jack may have the better ground game. So if he can mix up this fight, take the fight to the ground, he may can give Sean Strickland some problems. But then Jack Hermansson will gas out, though. And it's a 5-round fight. And the more you get hit, the more your energy bar are going to go down. And Sean Strickland's going to keep that pressure. Pressure. You maybe see a knockout here. Sean maybe might finish Jack Hermansson. It's a possibility. But... And both guys been fighting 5-round fights, so I mean, so it's not like they haven't been fighting 5 rounds. I believe Strickland's last fight was a 5-round against Uriah Hall. Jack Hermansson basically fight 5-round fights only. I believe his last fight here, he fought Kevin Gastelum. I believe that was the fight didn't last too long though. But yeah. I mean, the guy been fighting 5-round fights, of course. Yeah. The fight was a 5-round fight too. If Jack Hermansson mix it up, maybe look for a submission, but Strickland never been submitted. But anything is possible, though. That doesn't mean that he has never been submitted. That doesn't mean he can't be submitted. But I'm liking Strickland. I feel Strickland a little more smooth on the foot. Striking a little better. It's quicker. And I feel like Jack Hermansson, he's just going to keep walking forward, and then he's going to push forward and then try to land the shot, but he's going to get countered on. He's going to get hit with a jab and follow up and possibly even get hurt in the foot. But I must say Sean Strickland by decision, though, guys. All right, and I'm not confident in this one either because, again, if Jack Hermansson could mix it up and take the fight to the ground, beat him up and get Strickland tired, possibility, man, you never know. But I must say Strickland by decision, all right? Not confident. Quick look at the odds here, guys, what we're working with. Okay. Look at the other fights I haven't put up yet. Maybe some short notice. I believe Brandon Allen's a short notice for Sam Alvey. But, I mean, does it matter? I don't know. Just be careful with that fight, too, man. Malcolm Gordon is underdog, okay, and I feel Butter is a better fighter, so even him being at 300, I mean, I don't feel too bad about that. Phillip Roy is favorite, but not a big favorite here. I like Witt. I could see why Roy is a favorite. Phillip Roy, the reach, but I like Witt though. So, do I agree with him with Phillip being the favorite? Not really, because just experience by itself. I feel Jason Witt is a more experienced guy here. So I disagree with the odds in this one. Close fight though, but if it's just the case, I'll make it super even. But the fight could go even, But still have Rory here a little bit of a favorite, but I disagree with that though. Marcus and Almeida. Damn, Almeida is freaking high. Yeah, it's too high, dude. I mean, Marcus, like I said, he's going to be a slower fighter there, but he has a couple fights in the UFC already, maybe a little more experience than him. I disagree with the odds in here, guys. I disagree. Be careful with this one. Marcus could actually win. Be careful. Almeida is too high. He's just coming from a contender series. He's like 400 or something. That's freaking bananas. All right, Alexis Davis, I think it's 250. I mean, supposed to can win just of experience, but with Starenko, Starenko is still the quicker fighter here. She pressure forward. be careful, man. I mean, Davis is supposed to be favorite. I don't see nothing wrong with her being favorite, but still be careful. Chidi and Mark. Okay, they made this fight even. Okay. I mean, I don't. Any fight that's even, I don't really disagree. I mean, I feel Chidi is a better striker, but again, Mark is a freaking grinder, and he put the pressure forward, pressure. So if you can pressure Chidi, and then keep Chidi more on the inside, so Chidi can use the reach, he could win the fight. Or if you can get takedowns, so that's probably what's going on. But the fight's even. I mean, that's fine. But I'm liking Chidi though. Even some sides have Chidi as underdog. Okay. Hakeem and Trizano. Trizano is underdog. Do I disagree with that? I would say this fight is even, guys. I mean, Hakeem, super favorite, 175. Nah, I say this fight is more even. Because Trizano has a shot to win. I mean, the guy has a shot to win, man. I feel like he's more well-rounded. Yeah, even a split decision. So I disagree with the odds on that one. John's 180 straight down. This fight could be a little closer, but I could see Miles being a favorite though. But it could be a little bit closer, maybe like 150, maybe 140. Yeah, so be careful with this one too. Other fights here. Let's take a look at the odds here. Guess I don't pull it up yet. Julian Erosa is supposed to be the favorite. Supposed to be. He's negative 310. I mean, man, he's supposed to can beat Steven Peterson, man. He's supposed to, but just that punch, man, that jaw. If Peterson landed punch to him, man. I don't disagree too much, but still be careful, man. Battle probably maybe underdog. Yep, plus 130. He still got Gore as his favorite. 150. This fight here, man, is a toss-up, to be honest. I see this fight being even. So, it's an even fight to me, man. So be careful with this one, too. Alvey. Alvey is most likely underdog here, man. They're supposed to be the underdog. Plus, man, so Brandon Allen is a high favorite, then. He was a high favorite his last fight, too. Negative 420. He's supposed to can beat Alvey, man. He's supposed to win this fight. And if he doesn't, it doesn't look good for him. He's supposed to can win it, man. But I never know. Alvey probably clip him. Those fights, man. Just happens like that. Something freaky happen. You know what I'm saying? Every card have the freaky moments. So he's supposed to win. So I can't disagree, but still be careful. This fight here should be freaking even, man. I mean, Rakhmanov. This fight is, to me, is an even fight because both guys are very, very skilled. Oh, they got Rakhmanov negative 230. Man, I don't really. Yeah, I mean, I could see why. I mean, stand-up wise, I feel Rakhmanov is a little more cleaner with their stand-up. But if you look at Harris is still skilled, though, man. He's still well-rounded in every department. So I don't disagree too much, but still be careful, though, man. Yeah. Soriano is supposed to be favored, in my opinion. Okay, negative 190. Yeah, I could see Soriano winning this. Yeah, he's supposed to can win this fight. I don't disagree with the odds on that one, guys. And Hermansson, probably underdog. Yep, got Strickland here, favorite, but if Hermansson start grappling and he can grapple all 5 rounds, then even a submission, so be careful. But I don't disagree too much, but still be careful. So I will drop my face-off picks, guys, on my Patreon account. Also subscribe to my Patreon account. Subscribe to the channel. You can donate to the PayPal if you want to. It help out the channel a lot. And that's about it, guys. That's my predictions and breakdowns. One love out to everybody. You guys keep on kicking. I appreciate all the donations you guys gave and all the love. Even the comments, you guys can leave your picks down below. You can share your predictions too. It's all good. Some guys leave their predictions and it hit. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like last week they said something about last week with Nagano, was it? Yeah, I think last week with Nagano, you know what I mean? They were saying Nagano's going to win and all these things. And I also said Figueroa, but I don't disagree with that window. I felt that Marona won that fight, though. So, but like I said, leave your picks down below, man. It helps a lot of people, and sometimes we don't see everything. You know, we may vision things a little different and see certain fights in a different way than the next person may see it, but the other person could be right. You know, what I mean, it happens like that. It's not all the time I may be right on my predictions. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of the game because it's a prediction. All right, guys. You guys keep on kicking. One love out to everybody, and